All right, today you're going to learn how to craft your perfect customer journey. This is just as important as the marketing efforts that you're putting in and the sales process that you've created. Now, when you get to a point where you are looking to launch your new campaigns, you've really got to understand what each step is going to look like from a customer point of view. So I'm going to go over with you a few different questions that I ask every time that I create a new campaign, and the same questions I ask clients to make sure that they understand what the customer journey looks like from the customer point of view. Very important to have both perspectives, so you're not just looking at it from, how it looks like as a business owner. We sometimes get very attached to our own ideas, and that perspective can really blur what the customer is going through and how it's going to be able to affect your sales in the long run. So the first thing that you're looking at real quick is a document that I've created. And it doesn't matter if you're spending $7 on a product or $100,000 investment. It's always a big deal when somebody chooses you over a competitor. So the first question that you want to ask is, how are you going to make your audience aware of your solution? What are the things that you're going to do to make sure that they are aware of the solution that you provide? Once you have that answer, you can move on to the second question, which is, how are you going to get them to engage after they become aware? Right? Awareness is different than engagement. Awareness is not going to always equate to sales. Engagement is not always going to equate to sales. So once you have the idea about where you're going to put yourself, so your audience can become aware, this can be through paid media, it could be through organic, through SEO, it could be through a specific medium online. These are all answers that you have to come up with based on where your market's at. Second question, how are you going to get them to engage? Are you going to use some form of lead magnet? Are you going to try and get them to possibly engage through comments? Is it going to be through video? Is it going to be through different interactive posts? Then, how are you going to get them to subscribe? Is it going to be through a call, a demo, a webinar, just a plain lead magnet, something that's going to give them results in advance? Very important to know. Now, notice that each of these questions are leading them down the next stage of making a buying decision. We want to obviously get in front of them first so they become aware of what you offer. We want to get them to engage with your solution and your content and your results in advance. And then we want to get them to subscribe so that we can continue to promote to them new ways of helping them, whether it be through an email list or whether it be a subscription. Could also be like a follow. How are you going to get them to follow you online? How are you going to get them to enjoy what you're putting out there so that they can consume it more often? Then, how are you going to get them to convert after they do subscribe? These are where your offers come in. If you're not creating different offers and tapping into what the market's really needing at that point, then you're going to be missing out, right? Because you can build up a whole bunch of awareness. I've seen it before. You've got 30, 40, 50,000 followers and you're making, less than 5,000 a month. Well, how is that? How can you monetize that audience? You've got a list of 20,000, but you've got less than 1% buying every single month. How can you optimize that and really turn that into a cash flow machine? And then how are you going to continue to excite them after they convert? Right? Buying one time is great, but increasing frequency is one of the fastest ways to double and triple and quadruple your revenue. If you're not actually increasing the frequency in which people do business with you, then you're basically relying on a one-stop shop, a one purchase that is going to end up plateauing sooner than you would like as a business owner. So come up with some creative ideas that can get them to be excited after they make that transaction with you the very first time. Now, we have a lot of different ideas we go through with our clients. We help really add on, whether it be additional products or services or cross sells, upsells, things like that, that are really going to be able to get them excited. It could be done through live events. It could be done through different kinds of posting, right? Podcasts. It could be done through so many different avenues. So make sure that if you are getting stuck in this process, that you reach out to somebody like myself or my company. We love to help walk you through some new ideas that can help really excite your market, excite your customers, excite your clients after they've already converted into a buyer. Now, how are you going to send them into high value purchases? So if you are not really having that business model, your business model is just, they're going to buy once from me and I'm totally okay with that, then this part really is where you end off, right? Because you don't really need to have those high value purchases. But in my opinion, and from what I've seen over the last 8 years of being in business, it really does matter about how many times and how often you can get folks to buy from you. So if you've got a $500 product or service that you're selling, I mean, the chances of a group of those people who have purchased from you to actually go deeper into a more personal service or a more in-depth service or something where you're offering just a tad bit more, they're going to be more than willing to invest that extra bit to get a better result. So start to think about that, ask around, get into your clients' minds, or just ask them flat out, hey, look, if I were to add this service that got you this much of a better result, would you be willing to invest and increase that invoice or increase that payment that you pay every month? A lot of them are going to be honest with you and go, no, you know what, I'm good where I'm at. Or absolutely, I've been actually hoping that you would do that so that we could stay together. I don't have to find the service from another person and build that trust relationship with again and things like that. And then we have, how are you going to turn them into an advocate? Now, another word for an advocate is somebody who's going to be sending you referrals, somebody who's going to be able to, when you come, when they get into conversations with folks about how their business is doing, you're the first person that comes into mind, right? If you are a local business, you want someone, if let's say you're a gym owner and you have these now customers that are coming in every single month, how are you going to get them to be an advocate that, you know what, it's not just about the diet that I have, it's about the gym that I attend. If you are selling products, how are you going to get them to really share, your clients to really share that experience with other people so that they then can check out your business, become aware, and go through the same exact process? And the final question is going to be, how will you get them to become a promoter? Now, this is where they're actually out there sharing your brand. They're sharing the links, the offers. They're promoting for you. And this is all done without you putting them on payroll. So a great way to scale is to be able to create promoters within your customer base. And that can only happen if you answer these questions that I went through with you today. You really develop a plan that's going to take them from awareness to promoter and going to excite them and give them the reason to be able to share your company with people that they know and trust so that you can get more sales and help more people, right? That's the whole reason we're in business, is to help people. And the more people that you can help, obviously, the bigger your business grows. So the more that you can spend time on this particular process, that's going to improve your customer journey. And if you'd like some help with anything, putting this together, just make sure you find the link below this video. I'd love to help walk you through how you can actually use these creative ideas and really customize the approach so that when people do come through and are aware of your brand, that they can feel like, you know what, this is a unique, personal approach. I've never really felt like this in any way, shape, or form with doing business with somebody. And that alone can move them through this process faster than anything else. So I appreciate you for watching today. And if you do have any questions, find the link below this button, and I'll see you there.